everyone! I am Tacet, and today I'm going to be going over the new legend that came in the Dragon's Claw Kingdom called the Dragon Soul. It is basically the first viable option other than Valkyrie, who can get the 40 max souls per match fairly easily. So let's get into showing 2 matches with it. Let me first show the actual troop though. As soon as we get into here, just click over to the Dragon Soul team and the Dragon Soul. It is pretty well rounded in everything it does. It explodes a bunch of random gems, and this is what it actually scales off of its magic. Of course, it's not a perfect one-to-one, but it still ends up getting quite a few explosions out. And it also has a static 8 damage to all enemies, but this is boosted by the number of dragon allies on your team, so 3 times more per dragon. So just having it just itself would automatically put that up to 11 damage. So it's always going to be doing 11 damage since it's always going to be a dragon itself. So then you can get an additional 9, which could bring it all the way up to 20 damage to everything if you have an additional 3 dragons. And of course, if you have less than that, it'll just be 3 damage less per dragon that you do not have. And then, which is probably one of the best things about his ability, it then gains 10 souls. Since there is a 40 soul cap per match, that just means all you have to do is get 4 casts off on this thing, and you just got the max souls per the match. And by that point, you should have probably already killed the enemy team. And as far as traits go, Mana Shield is okay. Queen Mab isn't really used that much anymore, though, but there are some additional mana burns probably coming in the future. Huge is pretty good. Make sure it can stay alive, of course. And Possession is probably the most weirdest legendary ability ever added. It can, in most instances, it can actually be pretty bad. I was testing it around earlier. What it does is, on its death, it possesses another ally and transforms them into itself. So this is really good for being able to farm these souls, because every single time it dies, it's just going to be becoming something else, and you can cast it again and get even more souls. The only problem with this is whenever it goes on top of something, you're going to be losing all the buffs. You're going to be losing whatever troops it takes over. You're going to even lose all the mana. Like whatever mana it has, it doesn't transfer over to the Dragon Soul. It just overwrites the other troop. So depending on what your lineup is, you might actually be at a bit of a disadvantage there. I've also found using a summoner with it can help. The only problem is if you're only using one summoner, I know like yesterday when I was streaming, sometimes the Dragon Soul ends up taking over the summon. And if it takes over your summon when it dies, then you kind of can't do anything. The Dragon Soul you would normally use in the first or second slot. If you're really starting to hate how Possession is working, you can definitely just put it in the second slot. It won't die as easily like in this team. Or if you do put it in the first slot, I do advise using something like 2 different summoners with it. Like here you can see we have a giant spider and the dragon egg. Just in case it possesses one of them, we'll still have another thing that can summon. One other thing I would normally advise is to use the double purple red banner. The main reason for this is both of these are its color, and it doesn't matter what it possesses, you'll be able to get it up fairly quickly. So you won't really have to worry about that. Also, I should probably switch that order real quick. Okay. And let's go over to the first team. We're up against... What even is this team? We're up against triple Gerald Moloch. Haven't seen that for a while. Gerald with triple Goblin Rocket is actually pretty decent. I've never seen that combo, though. Maybe double Gerald, double Moloch would be a bit better. But let's just go against it with the all dragons. One thing to note is that summons do get whatever bonuses we have from the kingdom as well. So with having 4 dragons like this and 3 from the new kingdom, we're actually getting quite a bit. We're getting a total of 3 attack, 4 armor, and 1 magic for all of our troops. So even our summons that we get from things like this dragon egg, if we were to get summons from it, would get the buff as well. So right off the bat here, I'm not too worried about it taking skulls on us. So I'll just take mana. I did just give it purple though, but it doesn't use it, so it doesn't matter too much. It took away our magic a bit there. Luckily, we don't need too much magic. We already got the 1 buff anyway, so we'll take the extra turn there. We got our shield up. It's just going to be destroyed by the fire though. We should probably want to target down our Dragon Soul. Since it does get explosions, it'll be able to fill up everything else on our team when it does that. and we'll probably be able to use the centaur with that. This centaur is the centaur dragon. What a combination. Half centaur, half dragon. Or I guess half human, half dragon, half 1/3 human, 1/3 centaur dragon. I don't know. It's a dragon tar. But you never really use it with centaurs, mainly because it only buffs up dragons. So it's pretty much exclusive to dragons. What's really interesting about the new kingdom, it's the first kingdom ever to only be dragon, or only be of one type of troop. Like the entire kingdom, like literally the entire kingdom is dragons. But anyways, we'll use this. It has a 2x boost ratio, which is nice. It's on 2 different things too, attack and armor. So we'll be able to use this. We'll want to destroy as many yellows as possible, and there's 4 right there. So perfect for us. We even got the dragon soul all the way up. So now we're absolutely huge with how high we just buffed there. We got an additional 8 on both attack and armor there. And we'll just be able to explode a bunch. It'll also do good full AoE, and since we're using 4 dragons, you just did 20 to all of them. And we can kind of just keep looping this until we win. The dragon egg is kind of useless until we actually lose a troop, though. We could use it now for it to get 6 life, but of course that's basically nothing. And that's all it'll do if it's if there are no slots available. So we'll use this, buff up again, get a huge armor and attack buff. And so it's Tacet. We have a couple things that we could actually aim that on. I'll probably just aim it on the Dragon Soul and hope we get the cast off. And we didn't get any mana. Hopefully he'll just get his Geralt away. We can just take that there. Still a little mana short. Wish the Geralt would focus down on one. Let's see. Moloch is going to drain something. I'm scared to take mana on our Dragon Soul because I have a feeling it'll drain it. So let's go sell Stasia in case it does, just so we can get a buff back up on it if we need to. And good, it went for the egg instead, so we'll be able to get the rest of the mana right here. Or not. Now we'll get the rest of the mana. Doesn't matter if he takes those skulls. We'll get a bunch of explosions. We'll get 10 souls again. Those 10 souls are static too, so unlike Valkyrie, where you might have to worry about leveling her up a bunch, or getting a magic buff on her and stuff like that. This 10 souls is actually static, so even if it lost all of its magic, it would still be gaining 10 souls every single time. Unlike Valkyrie, who I think would only be gaining like 1 soul at 0 magic. I don't remember exactly, but somewhere's around there, 1 or 2. And every cast is 10 of it, so very nice. And you can see just from its own cast, it almost got all of its mana back up. I'm pretty sure if we target this, we could almost get it right back up too if there's 5 mana on one of these rows. There's, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, there's no row that actually has enough. So we'll just use this on our Dragon Soul, and that'll give the rest of the mana. And we can just keep exploding, gaining souls, and doing that over and over again. And we even got a treasure map on top of everything. We're farming souls and we're getting maps. And that just clears it out. The skull damage from the explosion ended up killing it off. And let's see, I think we got like 30 or 40 souls. So yeah, I end up getting 30 souls, which with all my bonuses end up scaling up to 94 souls for that match. And that's without a Valkyrie, that's just with the Dragon Soul. So pretty nice. And it doesn't even have the necromancy trait or anything either, which is a slight disadvantage. But for most of you, the 10 soul static might be better than what your Valkyrie is, because I'm pretty sure some of you at lower levels, your Valkyrie's still only doing something like 4 to like 8 souls or something like that. So being able to obtain the Dragon Soul will be helpful with that, since it always does 10 even as soon as you get it. So now we're going to be going over this team. This is one built as kind of a Dragon Soul suicide team. So when the Dragon Soul dies, it's going to possess one of our other 3 troops. And then we can use one of our summons, either the Giant Spider or the Dragon Egg, to be able to make a new troop to go up front. And then if our other Dragon Soul ends up dying somehow again, it'll have a chance of possessing that thing, or we'll just have another tank. So it'll work out pretty well. The reason I moved the Shegra back, I originally moved it up a bit just because it has higher attack. I actually want it back further in case it possesses our Giant Spider, just so all of the purple and the red go onto our Dragon Soul rather than being blocked by the Shegra, because you don't want to have to block the Dragon Soul that much. You want him getting all of the mana it can, just so you can get as many souls as you can per match, because every cast it's 10 souls plus all your bonuses, so it'll go up pretty quick. 4 casts and you'll definitely be at the max of 40 per match. So let's get into this second match. And even though we do use yellow, it's not that big a deal that we don't get that bonus yellow on our egg. Mostly because our explode will already get it up. Plus the fact that the dragon egg normally doesn't cast that much. You have to actually wait until something dies before you can. So there's no point in rushing the mana on it. It's just going to sit there anyways. Oh, it just got Paladin up. That's going to be a lot of damage. Paladin's still very strong. Especially with all the new armor that's in the game right now. Look at that, 45 damage. Let's see here. We'll take purple again, and we're already up. We have so much magic right now. I think we're getting, like, what? 3 extra magic per thing. So we're getting 9 on Surge. So that's quite a bit of magic there. We'll explode and get almost all of our mana back. Plus the 10 souls. And we'll just take skulls. We can just take purple and get all of our mana back again. Doesn't even matter if that's Surge. We already would have gotten enough. And just keep looping it, and then it's over. We could quite possibly kill the entire enemy team just with this banner and the Dragon Soul. Okay, well, it just froze us. Not too big a deal. I doubt we'll get an extra turn on it. We'll block our giant spider, though, with the silence.
Mana surge. Mana surge.
Nope, no extra turn. It'll take green and just keep looping at us a little bit. But it'll take the skulls instead, so that'll be fine. As long as this explodes at least 4 skulls, I think will kill it. Because I forgot, we have 3 less damage because, of course, Giant Spider is not a dragon. So we're only doing 17 damage full AoE. But if we explode enough skulls, like you just saw right there, we'll still get the kill. And we also would have gotten an extra turn there if we weren't frozen. But now we can cast it again. And look at that. I think we're only 1 cast away, too, from being able to get the max souls for the match. So let's actually get that real quick. Let's just use it on purple here. We haven't managed to get a def on it, though. I should probably show a def. Just to kind of show the possession trait that it has. But we'll do that in next match. And look at that clean. Clean victory right there. Just using the Dragon Soul for the most part. And you could even see we got the 40 souls, so we got the full max of 110 souls that I can get. So there he goes. The Dragon Soul just soloed an entire team pretty much with, like, what did we do? Like 1 giant spider cast that we'd even need. And it just completely soloed them. So that was pretty cool. I'm going to use that team one more time just so we can see a possession go off. I want to try finding a team that will actually kill our first slot. That's more skull oriented. Okay, that team will definitely kill our first slot. That team could probably kill our entire thing. Though I do not want to risk a... Here we go. We'll fight against this team. This will kill us. I didn't want to have to deal with the... Oh, come on. Stun. Why does everything have to have stun? There's so much stun. I don't want to have to deal with the stun so we can get a guaranteed chance of... Here we go. Okay. A guaranteed chance of getting the Dragon Soul to actually trigger. So this will definitely kill our first slot, no doubt. Without the slightest doubt, that will absolutely tear through us. Hopefully it doesn't devour it. But I believe it still triggers on Devourer. I haven't actually tested that, though. But I would assume it still worked. The straight should still trigger. Because I know with Inferno King and stuff like that, and Demonic Pack, it still triggers. So I don't see why it would be different with the Soul, Dragon Soul. Okay, so we'll take that. We got it for free, too, off the extra turn. And now our first 10 souls. Get it off, get a huge explosion, get a bunch of damage out. And we already have it right back up. No time at all. And we can just recast it. We might kill them again before it can even do anything. Look at how good it loops.
Mana surge.
Also, this troop will be in the only legend and event troops on September 26th. I believe they said is the week it's coming out. So you might want to save some of your event keys for that week if you want to get this troop, because then you'll just be able to use like 50 or 100 event keys or however many you have, and you should have a really good chance of getting it, or even multiple copies of it. Currently, I only have 1, but I'm even at legendary, it's still really strong. So we'll use this, get some mana for it.
Mana surge.
Go all the way up, though we do not get an extra turn off it. If I'm not mistaken, this is our 3rd cast. So 30 souls plus whatever bonuses. And we already also got Giant Spider up with that, meaning we can just recast again and get more of our mana back. Just use it right over here. And we're barely even using these other 2.
Mana surge.
They're kind of just there to summon after the Dragon Soul does its thing. So here we go. I think we might finally die almost here.
Mana surge.
Let's see. Will it kill us?
Mana
Oh no,
surge.
famine. It's probably gonna kill us now. Okay, please kill the Dragon Soul so we can show this. There we go. So the Dragon Soul will die and end up possessing the Giant Spider. So as you can see, we don't have any Giant Spider there anymore. It doesn't have any of its mana that it once had or anything like that. It's exactly the stats of Dragon Soul when you start off the game. Just a fresh Dragon Soul as if nothing happened. It even has the bonuses still and everything like that. And this starts off just as a clean old Dragon Soul, like nothing happened. So we have two choices. We can either go for the summon or for the Shegra cast. Given that this can get an extra turn, I am going to risk the Shegra cast. And we don't get the extra turn, but we do get the kill. And the other skulls will distract for a turn, so we'll actually be able to summon as well without it just draining us. And I lied. We're going to take the skull instead.
Mana surge.
And now we can also do a summon. This will summon a little baby dragon just to help protect us. And let's see if we can actually get him to cast. Though it won't really do anything since it'll be the killing blow. But it would be cute if we can get it to cast. This is such a cute troop. Just look at it. It's a little hatchling dragon. It's probably my favorite troop from the New Kingdom so far. My other one's the Rainbow Snake, but it's not here until next event on the 26th. Okay, well, Bone Dragons... Oh, no, the Bone Dragons are going to kill our little baby dragon. No, how cruel. That is cruelty. No! Poor dragon. Okay, let's just kill it for that. Okay, and that'll end out the match. But yeah, Dragon Soul, really good Valkyrie alternative if you don't want to have to stick with the Valkyrie teams that are everywhere. Look, we get the max souls. That's exactly what Valkyrie's going to do. And you can just loop the Dragon Soul with itself over and over again. It works very well. Almost doesn't even matter what the rest of your team is. You could put like 3 giant spiders in your team and that could actually work. Actually, that's a pretty good idea. Dragon Soul with triple giant spider. Or then again, the only problem with that though is they're not dragons. So you kind of do want to, if you can kind of only use 1 giant spider because you need the rest to be dragons. So I guess like giant spider and egg and whatever else ends up working that you want to use. Anyways, that'll wrap it up for this video. If you have any additional questions, feel free to leave in the comment section below. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Goodbye, everyone.